WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace.
England forward finished the Palace 2, the Scum 1. Here with Tristan, shades on, big smile. Thoughts of that game?
Well, first and foremost, that is the best looking Palace shirt I've seen. Proper retro.
Thank you very much.
I can see your voice has gone as well. I'm
It's
surprised
finished.
mine's still
It's
fucking
finished.
on one, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Where do we start?
Well, we're going to start by watching your vlog. Definitely we're going to be watching your vlog.
It's not going to be out till 5 in the morning, but it's going to be worth it, trust me.
I'm setting an alarm.
Subscribe, road to 5k. Anyway, let me shut up and get on with the game. So, 1-0 up, Mateta. That's the best goal I've seen scored at Selhurst Park this season, I think. Potentially. It's got to be up there. Danny Welbeck. Yeah, I forgot he was on the pitch.
He always scores against us, you know.
Yeah, someone said he was injured, then he scores. I'm like, wait, he's playing. Bloody hell. Yeah, anyway, 1-1. I'm like, oh, you know what? I mean, he was coming, I suppose. Brighton did pick up, but early on in the second half, Daniel Munoz, listen, this player is Daniel. What's going on over there? Sorry, Daniel Munoz is underrated, man. He's probably one of the best right back attacking player in the Premier League. Unbelievable, man. I'm just lost for words because I've never seen a game at Selhurst Park that wild ever. Controversial decision making from the referee, splendid goals.
He had everything, didn't he?
I swear we were down to 9 men and they were down to 11. And then what? Yeah, basically. So no, because it's crazy because like, Eos, mate. All I can remember was the two goals and obviously the Brighton one. And then I think Nketiah comes on and I'm like, all right, Matea's getting a bit tired. He did have the injury, scored a brilliant goal, got his goal that he deserved to get his 16th of the season. And Nketiah comes on, takes a dive. Well, I initially thought he got fouled, and then I've just seen it on the replay. It was a dive from what I've seen. And then a few minutes later, I say to myself, he's going to do something stupid. He gets sent off, get a second yellow. What happens? He does that. He partially let the team down today. Now, I'm not even being negative on that note, but he sort of did. And I was just like, 10 minutes to go with 2-1 up. Why do that? And then I knew, obviously the Qual got injured a couple of times. There was a few other fouls going on. The Brighton player was down injured, maybe a few more. I can't really remember. And then, the ref had on about 12 minutes at a time for what I can remember, and then Mark Gay gets a second yellow. I do remember he was on a yellow card, second yellow off the pitch. I don't think it was a foul. It's pathetic from the referee, Anthony Taylor. I didn't even know if he was the referee, to be fair. I thought it was him. I'm like, nah, that can't be Taylor. But no, it was him. Corrupt, absolutely corrupt. He should be embarrassed. That referee should never ref a Premier League game again. Some of the decision making I saw out there was shocking. Brighton had about at least 8 fouls that they gave away, and I think they only got about 3 or 4 yellow cards from what I can remember. Inconsistency. Yeah. Every time one of our players do it, he'd either send them off or give them a yellow card. It was ridiculous. But I'm sick of talking about the referee. We want to talk about the fact that we have done the double over Brighton, over the Scum, them shitty little mugs down the motorway. We have done the double over them for the first time ever in Premier League history. What was it, 5-2 and aggregate over 2 games? Unbelievable, It was 1-1 at half time, and I was sort of a bit worried going to the second half. I was like, we might concede. We looked a bit uncomfortable. We didn't have to pass. Well, not even that we didn't have to pass. We just were sort of lacking in possession. And we come out and make it 2-1, go back in front. A great response, great spirit. I also want to speak of the spirit, the fans today.
Unbelievable.
Atmosphere was wild, wicked. Best I've seen it at Selhurst Park this season. Well, best I've seen it for a long time, really, to be fair, at Selhurst. So that was it. They got behind the team and they were like, I'd say they were like, the 10th man, because later on when we were down to 9 men, they got behind that team. Every time Brian had a shot, it went wide. Every time we won a tackle, it was like we won. It's like we celebrated like we won the FA Cup, which I believe we will win between now and the end of the season. So come on, bring on Wembley. But I'm really, really pleased with some of the players that stepped up. Kamada, he played 100. That guy was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant. He was a bit sloppy at times, but he's really improved. He's redeemed himself. Joel Ward coming on and making a little cameo on the pitch, did his job perfectly. Jefferson Lerma, though, he played the whole game as a centre-half and he's a defensive midfielder. That guy's phenomenal. The fitness he has, the momentum and the passion that he showed on that pitch was sensational in that as well. You know what I mean? I could credit Mateta and I could credit Munoz, who did well as well, but you got to credit them players that fought, for that last, 12, 13 minutes towards the end of the game in stoppage time. They gave it their all and you could see how much it meant, the passion, the emotion. I hugged a few Palace fans in the stand. It felt like we've done it. I mean, we have done it, obviously. It's just, I couldn't believe what I saw on the pitch.
Who's your man of the match?
I've got to give it to Lerma. I just think he just gave it his all throughout the whole game. Played the whole match as a centre half, like I said, and was just unbelievable. Winning every ball in the air, very comfortable, very disciplined, very steady, very organised. Was like a rock at the back for us. You think he was a centre half with the way he played today. My second man of the match is the fans. They were unreal today, man. Like I said, and I want Selhurst Park to be like that between now and the end of the season for every home game, and obviously when we go to Wembley too, which I'm sure it will be. But that is a win we needed. Disappointing in the week against Southampton. I wasn't really worried. It's one of them when we were just a bit hungover. Today though, we went to war, we gave our all, and we won, and we came on top. And you know what's funny? When we were down, when Gay got sent off, I said to my dad and a few people, I said we're doomed. I said I could see Brighton scoring. I shouldn't have said that, but I did, because I was nervous. I was very sort of like hesitant, and I just like, I don't know. They were just on top of us. We were sitting so deep, but once Brighton got that guy, they went. Don't forget Eels. Don't forget Brighton went down to 10 men. When that, I don't even Eels up the Palace. I don't know who got sent off for Brighton, but when he got sent off and they were down to 10, I was like, yeah, we could win it. We got a chance now. We're back in the game.
No, absolutely.
You can feel it around. You can just feel it all around Selhurst Park. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Wicked, man.
We
Up
managed,
the Palace. Come on.
we held on up the Palace just then.
Eagles, man.